of course. Here is the pure, concise summary of every scene without any numbers or labels, just the text as you requested. On a rainy Tehran night, an Iranian nuclear scientist is assassinated, igniting the Middle East. Inside the Iranian parliament, representatives erupt in fury, vowing revenge and declaring war. In a dim Washington room, Pentagon hawks finalize plans for strikes on Iranian targets. Deep in Iranian mountains, long-range missiles in underground tunnels await launch orders. Iranian hackers launch a painful cyber attack on American power and communication networks. In the Oval Office, the U.S. president issues a 72-hour ultimatum to Iran. Tehran's streets burn with rage, but the elderly fear the coming missile storm. The U.S. fleet, a floating city of carriers and subs, moves like a monster through the Gulf night. At dawn, Iranian fast attack boats swarm the enemy as an oil tanker blazes on the horizon. The sky splits as Iranian Shahab ballistic missiles launch, racing American jets. The first Iranian missile hits a Gulf base, turning hangars and towers into a fireball. U.S. Special Forces land on Qeshm Island, planting bombs that destroy coastal defenses. In the Gulf, American destroyers unleash a storm of interceptors against Iranian drones. From the depths, an Iranian torpedo strikes the carrier USS Truman, setting it ablaze. American stealth fighters engage Iranian jets in a deadly aerial ballet. U.S. Marines land near Bushehr, fighting Iranian snipers to seize the nuclear reactor. A wounded Iranian commander fires hidden missiles from the rubble, downing U.S. helicopters. Abadan becomes a maze of death as Iranian fighters ambush American tanks. An Iranian cruise missile strikes Kuwait's Mina Al-Amadi refinery, creating a massive fire. A U.S. submarine launches 154 Tomahawk missiles aimed at Tehran. Tomahawks rain on Tehran as a mother's child asks why the sky is on fire. Iran's Bavar 373 air defense system intercepts Tomahawks in the sky over Tehran. The sun rises on a suburb turned to rubble, with an old man sitting alone amid the ruins. At a peace table, diplomats sit in silence. The mediator asks who won, but no one answers. The burned carrier Truman returns to Norfolk as a mother asks where her son is. In a Tehran hospital, a nurse whispers to a young amputee, "We remain." In calm, a father raises his son's portrait to heaven. "He left me in hell." Years later, a museum displays war wreckage. A guide says, "Humanity lost." On an old battlefield, Iranian and American children play football and ask to be friends. At sunrise, an Iranian and an American veteran exchange caps and walk toward the horizon, as two tattered flags fly together.